It's round 3 of the FORL Truck Series season. Today, the second series drivers take on the twists and turns of the grueling Circuit of the Americas for the Lone Star 68.4 and 20 laps around the longest track on the schedule. I am your producer and commentator of Page, and as we watch the 74 of Mason Flagar go around for his outlap, when Barney the flagman dropped the checkered flag in practice, he was the fastest car on the timing sheets. And so we'll see what Flagar can do in the 213 Simware 74 machine. The winner of last week's event, Joey Stone, is not here today, so he will not be able to attempt to back up that win unless he gets into the session right now, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. And here comes Flagar, Andrew Cootie on the track, along with Gabriel Ngoli, Noah Taylor, and basically everyone in the field except for Max Molina, Tyler Bergeron, Johnny Johnson, and Bryce Hamrick. And we'll watch Flagar take a lap around. The fastest truck in practice. We'll see what he can do here in qualifying. Again, the longest track in the schedule, 3.5 miles for one lap and a lot of low speed corners, so we're going to see guys struggling to keep the rear tires out from under him. It looks like Flagar is swerving around a lot right now, trying to get those front tires heated up, also trying to get some temp in the rear tires so he can have that exit speed, but I don't know if it's I don't know if that's the way you want to do it, as he is absolutely sliding everywhere. And here comes Flagar through the final two corners. That's 19 and 20 corners on this track, as the 74 machine makes his way out of turn 20 and across the start finish line right there underneath the 5 lights for the F1 United States Grand Prix that comes here. Now he'll go up this wide and tall hill into turn 1, heavy braking, 4th gear all the way down to first, 150 miles an hour, almost 140 as they get up into turn 1. He comes down 2nd gear to turn 2, and then into 3, 4, 5, and 6. The high-speed S's, no braking required here. You can take it almost flat there as you see Flagar gets the brakes a little bit to try and get it to turn. Goes in a little deep. He'll wash it out to the outside here of turn 6, cut down to the left-hander at 7 here. Up to turn 8, you can use that red on the inside, but you can't go too far. You can't get too greedy because you will be penalized with an off-track, and it will render your lap useless as he comes out of turn 8 and turn 9 down. This is turn 10, and about 1,000 foot stretch to turn 11, and the longest straightaway on the track, this back stretch through 11, gets a nice clean exit, and now he'll rock it all the way down through all 4 gears. Hits 100 miles an hour as he puts it into 3rd here. And he gets up into 4th gear about halfway through the straightaway at 150 miles an hour. He'll hit 160 onto that exit curb, 165 miles an hour before Flagar lays on the brakes down to 1st gear, trying to keep the tires underneath him. He gets a good exit there, keeps it close to the inside so he can wash wide and get a good entrance for what would this be? Turn 14 here, the second right-hander, 14, and then right here the 2 left-handers, 15 and 16. In and out smooth for Flagar, and then the basically a quad apex corner here, 17 and 18, as there's 1 apex there, 2 there. Flagar goes really wide, hits the 3rd apex, washes a little bit wide, and then the 4th, and then through turn 19 and turn 20. And so some drivers that didn't get on track immediately might not be able to set a lap, as we see Andrew Cootie crossing the line first. He does a 2:22.7. Gabriel Ngoli on the track. James Thurston on the track. He takes the top spot for the current time. Only 2 other drivers have set a lap. Flagar crosses the stripe, and he will go 2nd with a 2:20.999. James Thurston just beats him out, as Thurston stays on the track looking for a 2nd lap right now, as he comes through the S's here. And we'll go onto the gopher cam and just see how close he's getting to the edge of the track through turn 6 and 7 right there. That's the left-hander at 7. Up on the top of the hill to the exit of 9. Thurston washing wide. He is all over the throttle. And look at the steering inputs out of Thurston. I mean, one of the fastest road drivers I know, and he is showing it there, driving it down into the corner. letting the rear end kick out, but he's going to get to the exit. Don't think he'll lose too much time with that. We'll have to see as the beautiful American flag, patriotic persistent machine, Power Smash Affinity Speed Motorsports. Looks like they've rolled out another fantastic Ford F-150 out of the shop today as Thurston comes down the back straightaway. 150 miles an hour again to turn 12. And he's going to get really loose there, but he stays on the throttle. Look at it. I mean, he's got the wheel turned 180 degrees. Oh, I think it'd be fair to say he's given up on his lap. Big slide for Thurston. He keeps it straight, but that will render this lap useless. But Thurston stays on the pole right now. Mark Allen Bivens jumps to third. Wesley Kuznov in fourth. Greg Kalhoff fifth. Graham Lankup in sixth. Noah Taylor in seventh. Gabriel Ngoli in eighth. Ethan DeWelde on track. Tyler Coleman on track. Oliver Quinney on track. William Reagan on track. Jonathan Wright, Max Molina, John A. Smith, and Andrew Cootie all on track, but none of them set a lap without going off track as Thurston slides through the final corner. His qualifying effort done and gone. Andrew Cootie comes across the line for his second lap, and Cootie goes to P3, just about a second off of pole sitter James Thurston. Ethan DeWelde in fourth. He'll take that spot away from Mark Allen Bivens and the rest of the field. Max Molina goes to sixth. William Reagan on the lap right now. Tyler Coleman on the lap. Here's Reagan through the final corner. It washes super wide. I don't know if that will count. Jonathan Wright goes to 12th. And I don't think that lap counted for William Reagan. He went too wide in the final corner. Here's Tyler Coleman in the 10 machine. Hard time for Zyron Motorsports in the 10. As he gets down into turn 12, super hard on the brakes again. The slowest section of the track, 44 miles an hour. When he rode up onto the exit curb and just, I mean, they're just lugging it around, especially when it gets to a long run here. That's just going to be the biggest struggle for them, is these low speed corners when you've got no rear grip. It's, you know, I know from experience when the official series ran here, I tried to do one of these races and it was torture to say the least, because if you burn those rear tires up, there is no saving it. And here comes Coleman one more time through turn 19. And to turn 20, 45 seconds left in qualifying. Graham Lankup and Max Molina, the only other trucks on track. And as the 10 comes out of turn 20, crosses the stripe, will this lap count? Here's a 21.9, but it won't count. He got an off track, and he will start from the rear. Max Molina right now on track. He is in the green on his fastest lap. We'll see what the 54 machine can do. He's in 6th right now, coming out of turn 20 in the PBR machine. Across the stripe for Molina. And that lap will be an improvement by about a 10th. He will not go anywhere. He stays in 6th. And that will wrap up qualifying. James Thurston, pole sitter yet again on the road courses here in FORL, the first of the Truck Series' history. And we'll turn that music down a little bit and we'll get the grid up on the screen as the field roars to life. James Thurston will be your pole sitter alongside Mason Flagar. It is James Thurston. He will do a 120, and that'll put him on pole. Flagar was the only one within a second of him, I believe. Just about 8/10 off of James Thurston. Row number 2 is going to be Andrew Cootie and Ethan DeWelde, both just about a second and a half off of James Thurston. 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th, Mark Allen Bivens and Max Molina in P7. Wesley Kuznov in the 23 alongside Greg Kalhoff in 8th. Noah Taylor and Graham Lankup file out the top 10. Starting 11th, Oliver Quinney alongside Jonathan Wright in 12th, and 13th, Gabriel Ngoli in the 55 alongside Johnny Smith starting from the 14th position. And then it will be Bryce Hamrick and Tyler Bergeron in row 8. And in row 9, Connor Asbell and Johnny Johnson. Rounding out the top 20, William Reagan and Tyler Coleman. And that is it. 20 car field today here. And as we wait for the drivers, a short pace lap there. We were looking at the front stretch, but they're not going to end up on the front stretch. And we'll talk to James Thurston quickly, because we won't have quite enough time to do a full pace lap. So we'll see if James Thurston's in a VC here. And he is. James Thurston, you're on pole here at COTA. How you feel about this race?
Feeling pretty good. I've never done trucks here before, and that was the first full lap that I ever completed here. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And you saw me drifting there on my second lap because the thing had no grip, and that's what I gotta do better. Is just save tires. But yeah, looking good so far.
Yeah, we watched in qualifying a lot of drivers struggling, especially in the low speed corners with the rear end grip. How do you think you're going to be able to combat that? Because with these trucks, rear grip is a big issue.
I mean, I guess I'll just have to try some techniques, just getting on the throttle easier, just braking easier. It's just a lot of different things you can do. I've never found anything that works that well with the trucks, so we'll just see how it goes.
All right, well, going into turn 1, we know a pretty wide area on this track, a lot of opportunity for passing, but a lot of opportunity for aggressive moves. Are you expecting to be taken out going into turn 1?
I'm not expecting it, but I'm hoping that it doesn't happen. Just gotta prepare for it if it does happen, and I mean, we'll see how it happens, but let's hope that's not the case.
All right, well, got anything else to
say? Thanks to Power Smash Infinity Speed Motorsports, and let's go see what this thing does.
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
James Thurston rolls off on pole here for the 20-lap feature at the Circuit of the Americas. Mason Flagar alongside him, and a field of 20 trucks behind them. Andrew Cootie and Ethan DeWeldy. Third and fourth in the catbird seat down into turn 1. James Thurston doesn't expect to be hit into the corners, but you can never rule it out at a track like this, as the pace car takes the dive off of the track and onto pit road. And as they come out of turn 20, James Thurston rides across the finish line, and Barney the flagman sits in the flag stand that we can't quite see, but the green lights are on, and we're underway from COTA. Thurston gets a good start, but Andrew Cootie's right with him. As they come down to turn 1, Cootie looks to the inside of Thurston, but he can't quite make a move. Thurston washes a little wide, and by that, a lot wide. Oh, Cootie gets turned! Cootie gets turned, and he's going to go into the grass. Andrew Cootie gets turned, and he's going to go all the way back. Dead last. Not the start Andrew Cootie wants, and there's one driver with him. That's Johnny Johnson in the 51. And Cootie will ride back down in P19. We'll take a look at what happened to him here. As he gets into turn 1. He's already getting turned, and we can't find a suitable angle. This will do the trick. It seems like the truck next to him, I believe, Mark Allen Bivens on the inside. That's the 74. Flagar just tries to re-enter the track. Didn't quite give Cootie a lot of leeway there, and just hooks the 9 into the wall. Not a lot of damage, but a lot of time to be made up for Cootie. And James Thurston already extending his lead out to about a second, as we see Johnny Johnson go for a spin into the hairpin all by himself behind Cootie. He gets it going again. Not a good start for Johnny Johnson. He went off into turn 1. He goes off into the next slowest corner, the 41 of Noah Taylor. Forgets to turn, and he's going to lose a couple spots there, but Thurston increasing his lead to a 1.5 seconds over Ethan DeWeldy. Mark Allen Bivens in third. Blinks out for a second. Mason Flagar to fourth. Wesley Kuznov to fifth. Max Molina sixth. Cowhoff seventh. Quinney eighth. Tyler Coleman ninth. And Noah Taylor 10th. A lot of these drivers staying in the same spot, but Tyler Coleman has made up an absurd amount of spots already, as he started 20th. He's definitely not 17th. We'll see when he crosses the line. It'll update for you. But you can see already just how tough it is to keep the rear end underneath the truck, as he is having to counter steer more than he's turning the right way. Basically every corner, as you see a move being made up in front of him by Quinney on Kalhoff for 7th, but he can't complete the pass, and as they come across the start finish line now, Tyler Coleman will go to 9th, and you see that there. Up 11 spots. He's going to look for a 12th spot here as he goes to the inside of Quinney, but he gives it up as Quinney cuts down, rightfully so. James Thurston 1.7 seconds up ahead of the field right now. Ethan Deweldy doing everything he can right now to keep these two trucks behind him, trying to run down Thurston, but more importantly, keep Bivens and Flager behind them. Two drivers that had some pretty solid finishes to start the season, but true talent showing on the road course right now for Deweldy, Bivens, and Flager as they work their way up through the S's and down to turn 10 and turn 11. Deweldy slams down onto the curb, as we can hear almost none of the motor on this camera, which is strange because it's right in front of the motor. So we'll never use that again because it's kind of freaky. As you see just how spread out the field is already with this view from the Goodyear blimp, the FTN blimp. James Thurston with a demanding 2-second lead already, with 1.5 laps completed. Back to Deweldy, Flager, and Bivens as Flager goes to the outside of Bivens down the straightaway into the braking zone. And he will make that pass. Now Bivens tries to fight to the inside. You'll see here as he goes wide into this corner, he'll be able to try a switchback move. He's going to get to the inside of the 74 almost, but the 74 is going to be towards the inside here of that defensive line going into turn 16. And out of turn 16, he'll keep that 76 behind him. But not without a fight as Bivens hangs all over the rear end of him. Max Molina to 5th right now, as that Molina feller works on running down this top 3, or top 4, should I say, the battle for 3rd. Oliver Quinney now takes a spot away from Greg Kalhoff as Tyler Coleman lost a spot to him. The 73 already beaten and banging with some drivers. To see the right side damage on that machine. Oh, and the 23 of Wesley Kutznoff goes for a spin right in front of the camera. Gets it going again right in front of Andrew Cootie. Oh, one more driver goes around. That's Graham Lanka in the 4. Logitech machine goes for a spin out of turn number 20. Just about to talk about Andrew Cootie, who was in P20. Now that would be P18. 2 drivers not making it to the start, but Cootie is fought all the way back up to the top 10 already with Kuznov spinning. That 9 machine from 3rd back to 18th and up to 10th again in the span of just 2 full laps. The CCH Motorsports Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet has been all over the track so far. As you see, they're lowest to 15th across the line, but we know he was lower than that on the initial start. Now he rides in 10th. 3rd place on the restart. Not a good way to start off the race, but he's already making good work and quick work of the drivers in front of him as 2.5 laps are complete. James Thurston almost 4 seconds out in front of the field. We heard Thurston in his interview say that this was the qualifying lap that he ran was the first lap he ever ran fully with this track car combo. So Thurston is just improving every lap. His last lap was a 21.002 to Deweldy's 21.5. As Thurston also talked about working on saving that rear tire. See just how he's doing here as he goes wide, still using 1st gear, but just so easy on the corner exits, not allowing any tire slip at all. As he rides through 16, 17, and 18 to turn 19 to turn 20 to complete his 3rd full lap. 4 seconds is the lead for Thurston. I still come out of turn 20 to complete lap number 3. James Thurston with a demanding lead already here at COTA. Alright, we're back. I'm trying to combat the issue of it being extremely warm in this room, but at the same time, a fan blowing on my face does not help with the mic sound, so I'm just gonna hope that you don't hear a constant buzzing in the background. But other than that, there's nothing we can do as James Thurston continues to extend his lead. This time, 6 seconds is the lead through turn 12 out of the backstretch. Doweldy has pulled away from Mark Allen Bivens by about a second and a half, but Bivens is still feeling the pressure from Flagar as they've swapped spots already once or twice this race. Max Molina has caught up to the back of them both, though, as Molina works on the 74 of Flagar. Sounds like by just the sound of it, he's doing a little bit of a better job getting out of those slower corners than Thurston. And Mason Flagar is definitely struggling with the rear tires as he is doing a Formula Drift impression there through turn 17 and 18. Down to 19, Molina is going to be able to use that to his advantage. And he'll have a better line through 2 or 3 corners now. The 74 drives it in deep. Molina brakes a little earlier. He's going to get a better run off. The 74 continues to slide. And Molina's going to get the run off again. Just not quite enough this time as they cross the stripe. Max Molina still working on 4th. The 74 laid onto the brakes. Oh, even later goes the 76 of Bivens. He goes for a slide. He hops over the curb and the 74 goes by him. Max Molina will do the same. He'll take 4th. And Mark Allen Bivens' internet is so bad that I can't even find him. Here he is. He's going to lose a lot of time. But he actually got Molina back there into the S's. While we were fiddling with the cameras trying to find him, he got Molina back with the advantage on the left side, and so Molina was forced to yield. And now the 76 will live to fight another day. He lost the spot to Flagar, of course, but he still has the spot over Molina as the 74 of Mason Flagar, Quinney in the 73. Flagar goes wide into turn 11, and he just gifts the spot right back to Bivens. These guys cannot stop making mistakes. As now Bivens will be forced to the inside for turn 12 down the backstretch, trying to stay even with the 74. Max Molina right behind them. Into turn 12, who can break the latest? Who will be the bravest? The 76 on the bottom, staying dead even with Flagar. Flagar with the wider line. Oh, they make contact. The 76 feeds him a right rear. Coming out of turn 12, and Molina is going to take 4th. Bivens is going to take 3rd back, and Flagar is the biggest loser of the battle now. Flagar, reload training paints. Okay, Flagar, we will reload training paints. Doesn't look like your paint scheme changed, buddy, but we'll see. The 74 machine with a sponsorship deal going awry before the race has a new wrap. We just can't see it apparently, and so now everyone's truck's going to be white for a while. As we come back, that Apex Sim Racing machine works on Max Molina. Max Molina works on Bivens. Molina, one of the fastest trucks on the track right now, did a 24.9 last time at that battle. Whoa, what in the heck is the 15 of Ethan Doweldy doing? Ethan Doweldy just decided to do some twirly-doos on the straightaway. And now he'll lose a bunch of time to the guys he was racing. Here's Doweldy. Oh, he gets loose. He gets loose. Save it, brother, save it. He gets loose. He keeps getting loose. Tries to keep it off the wall, and he's still spinning the tires. 99 miles. He's hitting 100 miles an hour right here. He's in the grass. Oh my god. And eventually he gets it back going. And he keeps second, more importantly, but that's just allowing Thurston to pull away even more. Here comes the 76 of Bivens. Taking a look to the inside. Gets in a little deep there through turn 7. Up through 8 and 9, Bivens will be forced to drop back and watch. Oh, Doweldy gets loose again. My goodness, he cannot keep the rear end underneath that thing, but he keeps the spot again as Mark Allen Bivens cannot fight him back. But now Bivens drives it into the hairpin at turn 11. He's going to try and force the issue. And he'll get him, I think. Yeah, he did get him. The 15 just cannot put the power down at all. Those rear tires are struggling. And that's going to give Mark Allen Bivens second. That's going to give James Thurston a 13-second lead. 5 full laps in. And that's going to almost give Molina third. We'll see what the 54 can do. Now the 15 sliding under braking. Oh, he's going to lose it. He goes around right in front of Molina. Molina just barely misses him, and the 15 is going to hope and pray for a caution now, because we are a quarter way done with this race and he is already spinning out. That's just how loose that machine is. He goes for a slide again. Here comes Andrew Cootie all the way back up to 6th with the run of a lifetime for the 9 machine. He looks like he could still salvage a top 3. Everyone there right in front of him, they've all had their fair share of mistakes, and Cootie has been all over it right now, and he's going to get one more easy spot because the 15 of Dwelly is driving on ice skates. As you see, Cootie can just keep it so much more planted. The 15 is just can't touch the gas at all. Oh, he's going to hold the inside. This could be bad. Almost contact. Dwelly gets it slowed down. Almost overcorrects into the 9. And now Andrew Cootie with that pass will be up 13 spots from where his lowest was. Of course, he's down two spots from where he started. But what a run for Cootie right now, running in 5th. Started 3rd. Was in dead last going into turn 1, and there's a lap truck that they're already passing. That's Tyler Bergeron. Not a good day for Bergeron at all. He is dead last right now out on the track. Didn't have an issue on the start. Didn't see why he got ended up a lap down. But that Toyota Care machine is not looking like it's going to have a good result today. The Rowdy Manufacturing Toyota. A lap down. One truck even close to becoming a lap down will be Johnny Johnson. As here's Johnson, the 51. You see some tire smoke. He spun on the initial start, so you can imagine how loose that thing is. Oh! He's going to spin it again. Hang on to her. He is... Yeah. We said the 15 is struggling. Johnny Johnson is not having a good day right now, folks. He is almost a full lap behind James Thurston. Let's see where race leader is. Thurston is about to get into the stadium section, you might call it. And Johnny Johnson might be the second truck to be put a lap down. Jonathan Wright crossing the straight... going into turn 1 and through turn 2 in the S's right now. Jonathan Wright, a couple spins for him. Gabriel Goli up in front of him, and we'll go through the field here. Here's Goli, 15th on the day in that Ford machine, just about half a track behind James Thurston. William Reagan in the Southeast 3 Ford F-150 running in 14th, just a corner or 2 in front of Gabriel Goli going up. Graham Lankup, we saw him go for a spin, and he has not been able to recover. In fact, he's lost a couple more spots. That's Connor Asbell in at 12th in front of him. Goli running 13th, or Lankup running 13th. Connor Asbell in 12th, and that Guggen 77. Oh, he's going to be running 13th now. He goes for a big spin. He's still sliding. The 4 machine just spectates instead of trying to make a move there. It looks like he's probably struggling with some issues of his own with those rear tires. But Connor Asbell cannot keep it on the track right now. He runs in 12th. Wesley Kuznov in 11th. Internet issues as per usual. He cannot keep it on the track. He's blinking out. He's back now, lapping the 45 of Bergeron. Up into the top 10, Oliver Quinney is in that 10th spot right there, chasing the 41 of Noah Taylor. This is the battle for 9th. Quinney was up a lot higher, but evidently had some issues with that right side damage. Early on, he made some passes, beat and bang his way through the field. Oh, save it, brother. He's loose on a straightaway. He gets into the outside wall. Adds a little bit more damage to that right side. Noah Taylor riding in 9th. A clean truck by the looks of it. That Zyron 41. Bright yellow. You literally cannot miss it. That is the most yellow truck I've ever seen right here as he works his way through turn 2 in the Toyota. Clean truck and a clean day for Noah Taylor. He rides in 9th. Greg Kalhoff in 8th. Chasing down Ethan Dwelly, who is just on the struggle bus right now. Absolutely zero grip for him. And look at Dwelly going for a drift in every turn. Dwelly clobbers the curb, and he hit it so hard he just disappeared for a second. He's back now. That 213 Simware Toyota I was gonna say Tacoma. I don't know, I'm not a Toyota fan. Doesn't even say it on his truck. Toyota, whatever you call it, in 7th right now, and he has no rear grip at all. Tyler Coleman, his teammate, in 6th, having a little bit better of a time. Another clean Zyron truck as you see a spin up in front. That's the 76, I think. It is the 76 that went for a spin. Andrew Cootie in 3rd was the one that got around him. Coleman back to 6th. Mason Flagar in 5th has some rear bumper damage. Not sure where that came from. But that was Mark Allen Bivens going for a spin. And just like that, with Bivens going around, doing about a little, maybe like a half spin there in turn 12, Andrew Cootie is back to where he started in P3. What an incredible run for Cootie. But he is feeling he's feeling the wear on those rear tires. You can see him drifting just about as much as DeWaldy was through 16, 17, and 18 there. But he's going to be able to hang on to it now. Maximus Molina enters 2nd. But he too is having some rear end struggle on the front stretch. No grip for the 54 either. I think that's just a case of no one in the field being able to have any grip. But Molina is managing it quite well. Oh, we got a lap car. That's Johnny Johnson going for a spin right in front of the leaders. And his name is invisible. Johnny Johnson goes for a ride there. That will put him a lap down behind about 6 or 7 trucks. James Thurston, of course, lapped him a while ago. Thurston leads by 18 seconds. Not even fair. The first time around this track for him was his qualifying lap. Qualifies on pole, and he's ran away by just about 2 seconds per lap. For James Thurston, another dominating performance again here in FORL. As we watch on Thurston, 18-7 behind the field. And we'll be right back with you here at COTA.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Coming back to you live on FTN. And speaking of FTN, if you want the latest news for when we go live, meet David, Andrew Schulte, and the rest of the FTN crew, scan that little QR code there, get all the latest updates for when we're live, what leagues we're running, the schedules, anything you would want to know. Join the Discord right there. James Thurston continues his reign of dominance ahead of Molina, Cootie, Coleman, and Mark Allen Bivens, as Bivens lost another spot under the break, and so he is the newest driver to hop on the struggle bus right now. But James Thurston is no such driver, 19 seconds ahead of Molina. That gap is kind of evened out, as Molina was only 0.2 of a second off of Thurston last lap, but obviously he's going to need a lot more than that to make that time back up and race with the 96 machine here, Thurston. As we watch him go down into turn 1, he goes a little wide, but he's been flawless up to this point. No spins, no close moments at all for Thurston. A clean truck, and he has been smooth sailing right now, protecting those rear tires, doing everything he can. And it looks like Max Molina has made a mistake. Andrew Cootie. Oh, Molina's on pit road. Well, would you look at that? It looks like these drivers might have to pit for fuel. I had no idea. Let's talk to James Thurston and get the inside scoop on the pit road situation. James Thurston, you got a 20-second lead. Feel like you might be comfortable enough to answer a few questions?
Sure.
We see Max Molina is on pit road right now. Do you have to pit for fuel?
Yeah, I do. I was just waiting so he would do it, and I would have a better chance at leading all the laps.
All right. Well, you got a 20-second lead. You've been protecting your rear tire as well. Class of the field so far. Good luck.
Thank you.
So looks like these drivers will have to pit for fuel. So some strategy in this race. James Thurston waiting for Max Molina to come down pit road to take advantage of that, and Molina will come off of pit road in 5th. Oliver Quinney in 6th. Evidently, these guys have not come down pit road yet, but we'll wait to see what happens with that. William Reagan getting past. He might be on pit road, I believe. Oh, he's just battling right here. This is a battle on track. Wesley Kuznov in the 12th position, racing with the 3 of the William Reagan machine, and he gets by him and starts to drive away through the S's. James Thurston, race leader, comes through 17 and 18 here in the Power Smash Infinity Speed Motorsports Ford F-150, and he'll come down onto pit road for his one and only pit stop here today. As Thurston works his way to turn 19, he'll dive down to the inside pit entrance here. A sharp left-hander to the inside of turn 20. He makes it nice and smooth. Down to the speed limit, 45 miles an hour, I believe. Looks like it's going to be 50, actually. He's going 49 right now. As Thurston will take the hard left onto pit road, and he'll turn left here into his pit box. The first stall, of course, for the first qualifier in smooth. No reverse needed there. The right side goes up on Thurston's truck, and the left sides will come up here shortly, as Thurston will still have a comfortable lead. Andrew Cootie is on pit road. Max Molina started the trend, and Cootie comes on just as Thurston exits. And so Thurston will resume that big lead. The 15 of DeWeldy is on pit road. And my goodness, what a break that is for the 15. He was struggling to keep the rear end from below him as Max Molina comes down the front stretch easily by Andrew Cootie. You see the 9 machine exiting his pit box right now. He'll end up 3rd just as he was when he came in, but Max Molina makes up 2 seconds, almost 3 seconds with that 1 extra lap. And so that's going to be big with those fresh tires, but obviously not even close to Thurston still, as Molina works his way through 3, 4, 5, and 6 in that 54. Trying to run down Thurston, just doing anything he can, but I don't think there's any catch in this 96. He wanted to lead all the laps. We heard that. And now all he's got to worry about is wrecking himself, and he's definitely not one to do that. So we'll see what happens with Thurston and Molina as Thurston works his way down the backstretch to turn 12 here at COTA. James Thurston still continues to lead. He had to avoid a spinning Johnny Johnson. That will put the 51 machine 2 laps down. A painful day for Johnny Johnson, who just won't show up on the ticker. Save it. The 51 he's having a really tough time right now keeping the rear end underneath him, and that's a great example of what happens when you don't save those rear tires. And Johnny Johnson is paying the price. We've seen him spin in front of the leaders before. He just cannot keep it straight here. He's almost on the grass right now. I mean, you could see how easy he's taking it. He did a 320 last time by. I'm not sure if he pitted or not. He's going to throw it around into turn 19. He doesn't slow down. We'll see where he gets going here as the rest of the leaders are about to come by. Here comes Molina. Already by him. Andrew Cootie is going to go on by right there. A tough day for Johnny Johnson in the 51 machine. For Michael Deitch. As James Thurston continues to lead, the lead extended to 17 seconds last time by as he catches some lap traffic ahead of him. I believe that's Gabriel Goli. It looks like it is Goli just about one straightaway ahead of the race leader. And he will be the third driver to fall victim to James Thurston and go a lap down. As Thurston comes down to turn 11 to the backstretch one more time and pulls away from Max Molina a little bit more every corner. It's 17.5 seconds the gap right now. Back to Andrew Cootie in third. Another 5 seconds between Molina and Cootie here. As Max Molina runs second after the pit cycles. Came out just where he went in. Thurston in the lead, Molina second, Andrew Cootie in third as the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet can see that machine of Max Molina up ahead of him. Just about 4.5 seconds separate these two. Still a little bit of left front damage on the 9 from that opening lap incident, but a solid day for Cootie again. 15 spots up from where he was going into turn 1. Trying to run down Molina. Tyler Coleman back in 6th, Mason Flagar ahead of them. Here's Flagar in 4th. Mark Allen Bivens still right on the tail of Mason Flagar. These two cannot get away from each other. They continue to run bumper to bumper. They've swapped spots about 5 times. Each of them has gone for a spin once or twice. But they stay even 4th and 5th. Tyler Coleman back in 6th. Running out Greg Kalhoff in the 7th spot. Here is the 63. He's got the 15 of Doeldi behind him. Doeldi on fresh tires, but does not have that pace that he had earlier as he's stuck back in traffic now. And you can see him already sliding the rear end. It's just not a good day for him. Wesley Kuznov back in 9th, just a couple corners behind those two. We saw him racing with Noah Taylor earlier, or with William Reagan. 3 machine had a couple incidents. He's back in 14th as here's Noah Taylor. He's got Graham Lankup right behind him, Oliver Quinney with these two. And this is shaping up to be a battle towards the finish of the race. The 41 of Noah Taylor starting to lose that gap he had. Here's Quinney running in 12th. Connor Asbell chasing these guys in 13th. He's got about 25 seconds to Quinney, and this is the final pack of cars looking at staying on the lead lap as we see Quinney being chased by William Reagan in 3. Southeast Ford F-150 works his way through turn 12. Jonathan Wright back in 15th, the last car on the lead lap. You can see the 96 of James Thurston going through turn 11. And you might be able to see him in frame here as he comes down the backstretch. Not quite, but the 40 goes way wide. He's going to have to cut almost through the grass here, and Jonathan Wright is struggling now. Hoping he could stay on the lead lap until the end. Gabriel Goli, the first truck, 1 lap down. You see James Thurston just out of frame. There's the 96 race leader. Past Goli the lap before. Goli's picked up the pace a little bit though. Following Thurston, maybe getting some pointers from the 96 as he watches him run away. In P17 is Tyler Berger on 2 laps down. Not having a good day either. So he continues to struggle in the 45. Lose time on the rest of the field, and then you have Johnny Johnson, who has officially parked it. Whoa, how did he get there? Johnny Johnson is inside of the garage area. How he got there, I have absolutely no idea. See if we can get a replay on just why Johnny Johnson is parked there. We'll keep going until we can find it, because I'm extremely interested on why Johnny Johnson is in pit road. Here he is, so getting service from his crew. All is good. Sitting on pit road, drives straight. And it looks like he just had enough. Not having a good day. Pulls into the pit road area. Takes out James Thurston. Oh my goodness. I don't think we could show this on live TV. He drives through. Oh my goodness. He drives through pit crews. That is extremely violent. We hope everyone is okay as Johnny Johnson takes out multiple crewmen there. Look at the 55. He is running down James Thurston. Thurston did a 21.9 last time. The 55 is sticking to the back end of the James Thurston machine. Not doing too bad of a job at all. Timing and scoring shows that he was 6 seconds slower than him last lap. But now, he's staying dead even with him as they just went by. I believe that was Tyler Bergeron. I'm not sure. It looks like it is Bergeron. 2 laps down, chasing these two. And the only car he's racing right now is Gabriel Goli, but Goli's almost a lap ahead of him. He's a lap ahead of him, so the 45 by himself right now. And everyone is chasing James Thurston here. Coming to 5 to go. And we're gonna crank it up live on FTN. James Thurston continues to lead, but the battle for 4th is only heating up as the 10 of Tyler Coleman with an incredible dive bomb locks up the rear tires, goes for a little slide. The 76 of Mark Allen Bivens and the 74 of Mason Flagler are also in this battle as they come down through turn 2. The 74, the biggest loser now, as Coleman and Bivens work it for 4th. The 10 with a masterful dive bomb there, but didn't quite work out. The 76 got it back. We saw some great shots there of one of the brightest and best looking tracks here on the schedule, courtesy of track cams. And pretend like this doesn't say 22 to go. Track cams provide some of the best cameras you could find on this service without perfecting your own. And that's what we've been running off of here on FTN. As the 10 goes for a dive bomb. Oh, the 74 wants a piece of it as well. Mason Flagar in 6th, but he is looking for 2 spots in 1 as he drove to the inside. Now didn't get a good exit off though. Bivens pulling away right up to the back bumper of Tyler Coleman. Bivens goes to the inside with a huge dive bomb. He makes it work. The 74 is into the battle now. Could he look to the bottom? Not quite. He's going to give them plenty of room to fight it out, still side by side. As the 10 works behind them, trying to take 1 or 2 spots away. Oh, he gets it super deep. He almost cleans out the 76 of Bivens, but he stays behind him and again doesn't get that good of a run off. Bivens trying to work that 10 for that spot as James Thurston came across the line last time. 4 laps to go here at COTA, and the 74 goes way wide, forgets that there's a turn, and he'll be out of the battle for a little bit now until the 76 can fight the 10 again. But it looks like Bivens might be out of luck now. The 10 has got the pace to hold him off, and that's Iron Racing Toyota. As here comes Bivens trying to fight that outside, trying to fight the wheel spin. He is all over the place right now. As we watch on, Andrew Cootie has made a pass for second. And Max Molina has taken it right back. This is the battle for second. Timing scoring has got the 9 machine in third, or second clearly. He is not in second. That is not race leader. That is second place. Max Molina right in front of him. These two are going to race up until the end. Max Molina making his first start of the season in that 54 machine. 24 seconds behind James Thurston. A dominating performance for Thurston. He puts the 40 of Jonathan Wright 1 lap down there. And that is the 4th car to go a lap down. James Thurston continues to pull away. Through turn 16, 17, and turn 18, James Thurston, no pressure at all for him. Max Molina, though, is feeling the pressure from Cootie as they come through 16. Andrew Cootie again with a remarkable comeback up to this point. Molina started in the 6th position, but he's up to 2nd. But Andrew Cootie is all over the back bumper. He's right where he started, but more importantly, this is what you want to see. From 18th, though it says 15th, he was 18th in turn 1. What a comeback for Cootie. As he tries to get to the inside of Molina. Molina is starting to struggle with those rear tires. He did a good job of saving those rear tires in the first run. But not so much this time. Cootie to the inside for turn 1. The 54 gives him plenty of room, and he gives it up, and Andrew Cootie is now +1 on the day from where he started. A fantastic run for Cootie. As he works his way down into the S's, I don't think Molina can get him back now. He's going to start to drop already. We look back to this battle for 4th, the 10 of Tyler Coleman, pulling away from Bivens and the 74 of Flagar. But more importantly, Michael Deitch, the co-driver of the 51, has made an announcement in the YouTube chat. And this is a quote from Michael Deitch. "I'd like to send my sincere condolences to all the pit crew members affected by the actions of Johnny Johnson." As there's a deep drive into left field by Castellanos. Yeah, that's about what happened there. Very unfortunate for those crew members. They've all got families. And they're all dead. They all got ran over by Johnny Johnson in pit road. Johnny Johnson may never race again here. He may be going to prison. But he might just need sensitivity training. You never know. Just a little rage fit there. As now the 76 of Mason Flagar, or the 76 of Mark Allen Bivens, Mason Flagar, has fallen off of this group. Ethan DeWeldy has ran them down. But the 10 of Coleman is now trying to hold off the 76. He's feeling the pressure again. As the 74 fell off, the 76's new running buddy has been the 10. These guys have not been separated for the last, say, 10 laps. Maybe 5 laps, keep on battling for 4th. The battle for 2nd, though, is still there. Molina not giving up on the 9 of Cootie as they come through 16, 17, 18. The last 2 corners of the 9 of Andrew Cootie is pushing. You see the rear end fishtailing out through turn 18 down to 19 here. That 9 machine, very reminiscent of Chase Elliott's Cup Series scheme. And also very reminiscent of Chase Elliott running 2nd at a road course. As here comes Molina, gets a pretty good drive off the corner right there. See if he could do anything with it, but Cootie actually stretched it out through those final couple of corners. Molina is now going to have to push it harder than he has been this entire race as both of them completely blow turn 1. The apex is to the left, guys. They missed it by about 3 car widths. Molina judging his braking off of the 9, and evidently that was not a good idea. They both missed the corner. And now Molina falls back 7/10 of a second behind Cootie. That gap continues to increase, and it looks like this battle may be done and over. Same goes for this battle with Coleman and Bivens. It's about 4/10 now, but Coleman is being super easy on the gas. He's been saving his tires now. He's realized that the importance of saving tires from his teammate Ethan DeWelde, who suffered the loss of his rear tires about 3 laps into the event. And he's doing a good job of holding off that 76 machine as they come up to the lap truck of Gabriel Goli. And we'll see if maybe the 76 can have a hope and a prayer that Gabriel Goli will slow up the 10 and he can get one more spot out of this event. And it looks like he might. The 10 misses his apex. Gabriel Goli drives through the grass. And here comes Bivens. He did exactly what I said. He perfectly used him as a pick. And he's going to be there down into the apex. Here comes Bivens with a dive bomb down into turn 11. Oh, he's going to stop it on a dime. What a move for Bivens, but it's not over. He exits the corner in 2nd gear. Not going to get a run off. Tyler Coleman right behind him. Rather, right on his inside. They're going to go side by side. Coming down to turn 12, James Thurston has taken the white flag. And he's crossed the finish line for the 2nd to last time today. He leads by 25 seconds. That's basically sealed for him. This battle continues to go on. Oh, Gabriel Goli goes for a spin. Oh, watch out. A bunch of drivers having to avoid Mason Flagar. Ethan DeWelde. Oh, the 10 spins. He hits the 76. Now Bivens goes for a spin. This 10 fights back. Oh, my God. They will not give it up. The 10 almost lost it. He ran into the 76, saved him. That put the 76 of Bivens in the grass. The 74 now of Flagar continues to lose time to these guys despite them pretending this is bumper cars, a demolition derby between the two for 4th as the 76 using that paint and the curb on the inside of the track to his advantage. As they come out of turn 11, here comes the 76 to the inside. Beating and banging. Both of these drivers have given up on trying to protect the rear tires. They are just flat out of the corners. As you see, both of them are going to slide out of turn 19 and out of 20 here. Both getting loose on the straightaways up in the 3rd gear and up into 4th gear as they cross the finish line for the final time. White flag again in the air, and the field is straightened out. Oh, here comes the 76 of Bivens to the inside. Scares the 10 out of the apex. But the 10 starts to get away. James Thurston down the back straightaway. Tyler Coleman trying to hold off Mark Allen Bivens. Here comes Thurston to the stadium for the final time. As the 10 continues to pull a gap on the 76, we'll watch this battle as close as we can to when James Thurston comes to the finish line. He comes through turn 15 and to turn 16 here. Looking at lapping one more car before this is over. Max Molina has fallen off the back of the 9 as here they come up through 7 and 8 to turn 9. Here comes the 10 trying to defend the 76 of Bivens all over the rear end. James Thurston, though, through turn 17, going around Wesley Kutznoff to put him one lap down, and William Reagan as well. Thurston with the most demanding performance of the season, reminiscent of what he's been able to do so many times in the Cup Series. He qualifies first. He starts in first. He never loses the lead through the pit cycles and through the restarts. Thurston comes out at turn 20. Barney, the flagman, will drop the checkered, and James Thurston will capture his first win of the year at the Circuit of the Americas. More importantly, Mark Allen Bivens, though, well, I guess not more importantly, but more excitingly, the 76 is going to have just a couple more chances on Tyler Coleman. Will he make a lunge at Coleman? He is sliding. This might be his last chance right here. Drives it in, making sure not to lose the rear end. Coleman goes a little wide. The 76 might be able to get the exit there. Last time through, he hugged that bottom line, and he had a lot better of a corner. The 10 goes wide. Here he comes. Can he get there? Just struggling with the rear tires to turn 19. And to turn 21 final time. Can the 76 throw a dive bomb? And here he comes, late on the brakes. But it will not be enough. Cootie second, Molina third, and Tyler Coleman out of turn 20 just holds off the aggressive pushing from the 76 of Bivens to take fourth. Mark Allen Bivens fifth across the line. Mason Flagar behind them. Here comes Flagar across the line. Comes the 74 Flagar, 4P6, Greg Kalhoff in seventh. Oh, it's a drag race between Kalhoff and DeWeldy. Oh, I think Kalhoff got him. He did. Ethan DeWeldy got eighth at the line. What a finish there. Oliver Quinney and Noah Taylor, 9th and 10th. Those two having a battle of their own. And it's going to come down to the final corner. We're going to finish side by side for another spot. Here they come. Drag racing to the finish line, side by side for 7th, side by side for 9th. Oliver Quinney takes it, and Noah Taylor will round out the top 10. Graham Lankup coming down the front stretch to finish 11th. Connor Asbell about 10 seconds off of him. Here comes the 77. Out of turn 20, Asbell swerving and sliding as we see one driver way wide, I believe. That is Asbell. You see Gabriel Goli across the line in the 16th spot, and everyone else finishing up as we see a couple lap cars behind. But more importantly, there is James Thurston burning it down on the front stretch. The 3 of William Reagan burning out like he did something. He finishes in the 13th spot. Andrew Cootie to second, and Max Molina to third. And that is your podium as James Thurston goes for a slide. He wins at COTA with a remarkable performance, with the lowest of first, highest of first. No one was touching that 96 as he burns it down in turn 1. You see second and third, Cootie and Molina had a fantastic battle. There was a great battle for fourth with 4th, 5th, and 6th. We had a battle for 7th with 7th and 8th, a battle for 9th with 9th and 10th. Everyone on the field was battling, except for James Thurston all alone, and I don't think he's complaining as he gets it done here from the Circuit of the Americas. And as he tows, we'll talk to your race winner in just a moment. We'll get him in a voice chat, and we'll talk to your race winner, James Thurston in CC Racing. James Thurston, flag to flag, 22nd win. How does it feel?
Pretty good. I didn't expect to lead every lap of the race. I've never done this combo before, and I was doing it just to get some more laps of the track for the Cup Series in a couple of days. But yeah, that was pretty fun. And just I just kind of wish the setup drove better. I don't think that they fixed the setup on these yet. This thing was just scraping the ground every single corner. But I mean, it's able to pull away and just win.
Yeah, well, we noticed some of the drivers, worse than others, were struggling on their rear tires. Just you were doing something differently. No one could save them like you. What were you doing to the rear tires? It's Incredible.
I was just, I mean, I don't know what I was doing so much different. It seemed like I was still bringing my rears up a little bit, but just being super careful with them, and kind of seemed like the slower I drove, the faster I'd pull away. It's just weird how these things work.
Yeah, well, Cup Series, 2 days' time is coming here to Coda, and you, of course, full-time in there, got wrecked out of the Kansas race in a violent wreck, which nearly took the life of Zach Todriff. So, how do you feel like you could come back from that?
I don't know. We'll see if we can win it like we did here. I was pretty good here last season, and then I took myself out on a restart like Todriff did at Coda, not Coda, at Chicagoland last week. But yeah, we'll, hopefully have a better outcome than that. Hopefully we don't get wrecked into the wall. But yeah, looking forward to that. And thanks to Power Smash Infinity Speed Motorsports for the fast car, and just awesome.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and congratulations.
Thank you.
There's race winner James Thurston, modest as usual. And we'll talk to Andrew Cootie right now. Andrew Cootie got spun from third on the first lap. You were dead last, and you came back to second. How's it feel?
Yeah, freaking Mason Flagar is a bad word. That's I shoved the crap out of him about halfway through the race, and I did it because he freaking wrecked me. Bad word, I swear, but it's FTN.
All right. Bad word is Mason Flagar. The Cup Series is back here in 2 days. How do you feel about your chances there?
Second place it is, unless James Thurston has lap car issues, which, I mean, he's had 3 times this season, so I could see it, but like he's gotta actually have it happen. But other than that, I'll finish second. I'm excited for you to interview me for second place, and for freaking Thurston to interview for first.
All right. Well, anything else like to say?
No, besides thank you to CCH, thank you to Ross, thank you to Bryce, and thank you to Deweldy and Joaquin for hosting the sessions like normal. And special announcements coming soon for World Cup All-Star Race involving possibly truck drivers. So,
all right. Well,
yeah.
Thank you for your time, and congratulations on second.
Thanks, River.
All right. Andrew Cootie, second place. And now we'll talk to Maximus Molina, third. You started in the middle of the field, and you drove up to second, and then Cootie got you there at the end. But how do you feel about that third place finish?
I feel pretty confident considering I have had very little practice time here. So, third place, I'll take it for being kind of new to this track, this truck. So, glad to put the PPR 54 in the podium position again. I knew Coda was going to be one of my better tracks for some reason. I don't know why, but just the way I am able to drive there and just kind of be conservative with my tires, because I noticed the very first half of the race, a lot of people in front of me like Flagar, Deweldy, and Bivens were all spinning their rears, lighting them up out of almost every slow corner. And once I saw them do that, I was just sitting back waiting for them to come back to me, honestly, because once they were burning up their tires, that was pretty much it for them. When they're just on the long run, they just fall back so much, and I just saved my tires as much as I could first stint, and then I thought I could undercut Cootie, and I did by getting 8 seconds on him, and I thought coming out passing him that I was gonna be able to hold on for a second, just because of how much gap I thought I had, and just pitting the extra lap of fresh tires compared to them, thought that was gonna be enough. But I guess just 1 lap older tires wasn't enough. So, and not only that, but Cootie was hella fast, so can't really do much against that. But I in one of the corners, I think on lap 17 or 18, I sent it in on one of the hairpins going into the stadium section, and I thought right there I was gonna be able to hang with him a little bit, but then going through the big carousel before the final 2 corners, he pulled away, and that seemed to be a strong point amongst other parts of this track. So you know, it was fun battling with him there at the end. Just wish I had a little bit more pace compared to Cutie, but you know, I was glad I was able to hang on to him as long as I could. Just shows how much, you know, I was able to pick up during this race. But you know, it was fun, you know, battling with everyone in the first half of the race.
All right. Well, I'm gonna assume you're gonna race the Cup Series here, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So, how do you feel about your chances there? Andrew Cootie thinks he's gonna finish second to James Thurston. Do you agree with that prediction?
I mean, I can say yes or no, but we won't really know until the race actually happens, because the way these races are with road course racing, I feel like anything can happen, and you know, I can't say Cootie would win, or Cootie or Thurston would win for sure, and I can't even say that I'll win for sure, but because you know, one wrong move in these next gen cars, and you know, you could be done. And you know, with the way Thurston catches the lap cars this season, you know, those could take him out of contention too by chance. But you know, I think Cootie will probably, you know, in a perfect world, it'll be 1, 2, 3, Thurston, Cootie, and I. But you know, we'll see who's putting up the fast laps in practice come Thursday. But I'm hoping I can get a solid finish. Considering I missed last week, I need to gain a lot of points back desperately. So hopefully I can walk away with the top 3 finish. If not, I'll probably take top 5.
All right. Well, anything else like to say?
Just want to give a shout out to the sponsor of my car, Rubber Racing Warehouse, Zach Todriff, PBR, and you know, just glad we can keep this car, you know, if part-time, but you know, still full-time in a sense, where you have like multiple drivers driving this season. So you know, looking forward to my next races coming up.
All right. Well, congratulations and thank you for your time.
Appreciate it, buddy.
So that just about wraps it up. Max Molina rounds out your top 3. And so before we let you go, we'll get the results up on the screen. Of course, James Thurston with a demanding gap to the end, 25 seconds ahead of Andrew Cootie. He took the win, and Andrew Cootie took the second place trophy by just about a second over Max Molina. It came down just to the wire. So did the battle with Mark Allen Bivens and Tyler Coleman 4th, 5th, and then Mason Flagar in 6th. Greg Calhoff and Ethan Dueldy side by side across the line for 7th, and then it was Noah Taylor and Oliver Quinney side by side across the line for 9th. Quinney ends up in 10th. Graham Lank up in 11th, Connor Asbell in 12th, William Reagan in 13th, Wesley Kuznov in 14th, Jonathan Wright in 15th, Gabriel Goli in 16th, and Tyler Berger on the last car to finish in 17th. Johnny Johnson did not finish, Bryce Hamrick and John A. Smith did not start, and so that will do it for today's affair. I believe David Kortz is streaming tomorrow. I'm not sure what that will be, but I'll be here for the Cup Series on Wednesday. We'll see if James Thurston can put on a clinic again ahead of Cootie and Molina, his 2 closest competitors, how they've been all season and how they were last season. And so that'll be exciting to see again. For all the updates on FTN, everything you like to see, every stream, every important announcement that we have, join the Discord right there on your screen. And other than that, I'll be back on Wednesday. David might be back on Tuesday. I don't know the schedule. But, yeah, that'll do it. Thank you all for coming out, and we hope you have a great night.